Super Smash Bros. Is the game that pits iconic Nintendo characters with representatives from different series against each other to fight from generally stages that are based on their different worlds.
The game is really simple to play, even for an intense fighting game. You know, you have all your different attacks, like your standard and special attack, but you really only focus on those two buttons for the basic type of attacks. You know, other games and fighting games usually have like light, medium, and hard hits, and then you can combo that and do all these weird and fun, complicated things, but Smash is a lot more simple. You kind of just, hit the guy, and it's about building up their damage and knocking them off. So there's not really combos, per se, but because of that, it allows people to really just learn how to play after only a few settings, and then they can become pretty good pretty quickly.
It becomes pretty serious and skill-based when you're just going 1v1, but then it can go all the way up to 8 players now, and it's just complete chaos. And it's really fun trying to completely destroy your friends at this game. And you always say that it's going to be the last game, but then you keep playing for like 9 hours. You can't stop.
What makes Smash Bros. Fun is being able to beat your friends up.
What I really enjoy is just frustrating people to no end in the game by using strategies that most people couldn't possibly conceive, and if they've conceived it, no one's really seen it before. In Cyprus here, we'd have 8-player smashes and all be playing as a group, and it's gotten to the point where people have been harassed by the Flood in the Cape so much that they've gotten better because they've just been able to overcome these gimmicks. And so in turn, overcoming the gimmicks makes it so that people using the gimmicks have to use them more efficiently, and it's just an endless cycle of people improving, either using gimmicks or avoiding being harmed by the gimmicks.
We've had quite a few tournaments in the past few years, and they've been pretty successful. Whenever one ends, I can't wait for the next one.
It's really nice seeing everybody get together for something as simple as this, because there are far more complicated games out there that have much more depth to them, but those are much harder to get into. But even a spectator can enjoy a Smash tournament.
Being at a Becker tournament is kind of like being at a zoo. You never really know what you're going to see there, but you're always going to see some kind of character played in some way that's something new. Like you have a certain group of friends that you play with, right? And then when you go to a tournament, all of a sudden you're introduced to this whole new species of players.
You see all these people in corners talking about all these different strats that they cooked up or whatnot for their character, and it's really fun to participate in. They have them bi-weekly, or you can usually find one every week.
I feel Smash kind of brings people together who usually normally wouldn't talk to each other. You have people who are in different kind of groups of popularity, but then they just come together and just play a common ground and just play Smash together. And when you just keep playing with them, you kind of learn more about them, and you kind of just slowly become friends with someone that you never thought you'd be friends with.
It gives a sense of camaraderie, because you're like, oh hey, you play Captain Falcon? Yeah, I play Captain Falcon. You play Captain Falcon? Yeah, man, how about that knee? And then you just go off like that, and it's a good way to get to know people, I think.
In terms of varying skill levels, there's lots of people who talk to each other and try and teach people things, talk to each other about things that they do, and people learn from the matches. There's tons of things that we see people do in matches that we didn't even know were possible with the character at all. It's just a good experience for people who are very skilled or just newly getting into the game. It's a very mellow community. Despite not actually hanging out with these people or having any of the same interests, this is that one thing that you can all play together and still have a bunch of fun with and feel satisfied playing.
Any club that can attract a whole bunch of different people for one common goal to talk about something, that's something essential.
It's a unifying game.